Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Fine Tom's Adventures. This one's a little different. I recorded this back in March. If you've been following along, you remember I found the neighbor in his cabin. Um, he passed away. So I recorded this the next day after I found him, but I held off recording it or posting it until I got permission from the family so that I didn't do anything wrong, made sure that they were okay with it. Well, they're up right now clearing this place out, so I went over and talked to them, and they're actually having a memorial in 2 days for them. What's that called? A celebration of life. So I talked to them, made sure it was okay, and they said it was fine. So hope you enjoy this. He lived out here for 30 years. Originally in a camper that he built his cabin that you're gonna see. He had one arm the whole entire time building it. When snow would come, he was there until spring. He wouldn't leave. He'd walk around on these roads, but he didn't leave, didn't go anywhere until spring, and then he'd build his whole cabin with canned goods and everything and stay there all winter long. So I hope you enjoy this. Another guy, yeah, I'm legally blind, so I'm disabled. He was disabled because he had one arm. And he didn't let it hold him back. He built a really nice cabin and a couple of barns, goat barn, regular barn, set up for homesteading. So, hope you guys enjoy this one. Let's get to it. Morning, everybody. Another day. Nice and sunny out. A little windy, but let's check the thermometer. What does that say? 50. Yeah, it's supposed to be 51, I believe, today. Like I said, it's nice out, but it's windy. I think. Really? Oh, pole stolen. I'm not going to go into a lot of details, but I went and checked on the. He's in one of the other neighbors here. Old man that lived up here. I went and checked on him, brought him some food yesterday. Long story short, he was dead. He was quit. He was dead on his floor, and I had to call. Shut up! I had to call the cops and have the cops come in and everything. So, anyways, he was there for a while, and the cops came in and had to snowmobile him out after he was already passed. So I might take a little week off or something from videotaping and kind of do some thinking. Anyways, you guys. And you kind of like Joe or you didn't like Joe. He had his own personality, but everybody's got to respect him for what he did. This was pure woods when he bought the place back in the 90s. So, it is what it is. Okay, got it covered. Crudely covered, but it is. Made sure the door was secure shut. But yeah, that's what he called his goat barn. Some point in time he had some goats here. Not sure when that was, 20 years ago or something. There's a story behind that. Down here, he had a garden. His well is down there somewhere too, but he had a garden. Everyone said he grew really good crops. I guess I didn't need my snowshoes. Got cold. Oh, cold last night. Yeah, that's all built on the side of a hill. See, there was snow in front of the front door, and there was this bunch back here with no tracks or anything, so I knew. Anyways, I don't know if you can see back there's a barn. He used to keep his firewood up there, and he'd pull his firewood all the way down. And somewhere on the other side of the cabin, he had a hole he used to put it in. And with one arm, he did that all winter long. There's another spot where he has a garden back there. Then you go back, he's got a pasture. He set this up for off-grid living, homesteading. And he told his son, he told it to him right in front of me, that when you sell this place, sell it to somebody that wants to off-grid homestead. So all of that. Yeah, he used to bring wood down here somewhere. Not sure where. I think right in here somewhere he had a hole in the cabinet. You can tell all the snow. He hadn't been on in quite a while. Oh. Well. I should have put my snowshoes on. So he did have a gas heater like I got. And he filled that pig, but he has random barrels laying around for that. A couple of them in the basement he'd fill with water. Well, there's his barn. Like I said, he had another garden here. I am just post holing. See, I don't know if he took the firewood down there, because with all the snow he couldn't. There's his firewood sleds. Yeah, there it is. ready for the next trip. Trying to see how much firewood he actually used would kind of determine last winter how much he used it. Because last fall he was pretty weak, and everybody suggested him to go down to Florida, down to his sister's, but he didn't want to. So I was worried about him getting firewood. He said he'd make a trail and there'd be a tunnel, and then he'd just push it and then go down to the cabin. I said, what happens when it goes past the cabin? He said, well, that's happened before, and it took me 2 days to pull the sled back up. So Major, get out of there. Get out of there. Come on. I think there's an old wringer washer up here. He said most of the stuff's junk that he had to haul it to. Oh, I bet you this was his chair. He took a break when he needed a break up here from hauling wood. Well, rest in peace, Joe. You guys don't feel too bad. This summer he would have been 90. And he wanted to die here in this cabin that he built. That's what he wanted, and that's what happened, so. Yeah. I totally understand, because I hope for the same thing. I want to die in my cabin too, so. That's what he wanted to do. He lived out here several winters. Sometimes you go to Florida, but a lot of times he was out here throughout the winter. And when he was stronger, even a couple years ago, he'd be walking up and down the road, just the same thing I'm doing. So he lived the way he wanted to live. He did what he wanted to do. So rest in peace, Joe. Okay, right here, some pictures of Joe that some neighbors sent me. He was also a Marine, and he was also in the Air Force. These are a few pictures. At the end here, you can pause it, and it's from his memorial of different pictures of him. You can check it out. Joe set his mind and did what he wanted to do. He was rude and crude, but you also got to respect him. Hope you enjoy it. Stop button. Hey guys, back up here at Joe's. I had to do a couple things up here. Yesterday was his celebration of life. But yeah, I also forgot to mention, which his kids were here and everything. And I got permission to be here. I got a key to the place. But yeah, he was actually in the Marines for, I forget how many years, and then he was in the Air Force. So he's a vet. Joe was. And actually his kids went into the Air Force too. So yeah, it's kind of amazing everything he built. I said we're on top of the hill here. Pretty sure he had a garden right here. And there's a propane tank, but the cabin's right down here. And he overbuilt everything. But then again, up here, you kind of have to, because you never know if there's going to be 6 feet of snow sitting on top of your roof. And it's got to hold it. So, one thing we couldn't figure out was he had a log splitter sitting right here last fall. And nobody's been in here, and it's gone. Because when there was still snow, obviously you couldn't get it out of here when there was snow. His son came up and put a chain across the driveway. locked it. So where did the log square go? Nobody knows. Joe just bought it like 2 years ago. Only thing we can figure is he loaned it out to somebody, and the only thing we can think of, because we all looked for it and can't find it. Anyways, you guys,